What if I told you the only thing standing between you and the life you want is something you can't see yet? Not your background, not your skills, not even your current results. It's your belief. Right now, there are people out there winning, achieving, building success from nothing. And they didn't start with proof. They started with something far more powerful. A decision to believe in themselves before the world gave them a reason to. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. If you wait for results to believe in yourself, you will be waiting your entire life. Because success doesn't come first, confidence doesn't come first, recognition doesn't come first, belief comes first. In this video, you're going to discover how to trust yourself when nothing is working yet, how to stay locked in when doubt is loud, and how to build unshakable confidence before the results ever show up. This isn't just motivation, this is a mindset shift that can change everything. So if you've ever felt stuck, overlooked, or unsure if you're really capable of more, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just think differently. You'll see yourself differently. Faith comes before evidence means that true belief is not built on what you already see, but on what you choose to trust within yourself before any visible proof appears. Most people condition their confidence on results. They say, I'll believe in myself when I start seeing progress. But this mindset keeps them stuck because results are always a delayed reflection of past thoughts and actions. If your belief depends on evidence, then you will hesitate, doubt, and hold back your full effort, which prevents the very results you are waiting for. Real faith works in the opposite direction. It demands that you commit fully even when there is no guarantee, no applause, and no immediate reward. It is the ability to hold a clear inner conviction that something is possible for you even when your current reality suggests otherwise. This kind of belief is not blind optimism, but a deliberate mental choice to trust your vision more than your circumstances. When you operate from faith, your actions change. You move with more confidence, you take bolder steps, and you persist longer because you are no longer waiting for permission from external outcomes. Your mind begins to align with your intention, filtering opportunities, ideas, and solutions that support your belief. Without faith, small failures feel like proof that you should stop. But with faith, those same failures become temporary steps in a larger process. It allows you to detach from immediate outcomes and stay focused on long-term growth, which is where real transformation happens. The reason this principle is so powerful is because every meaningful achievement requires a period where nothing seems to be working, where progress is invisible, and where doubt tries to take control. In that phase, faith becomes your foundation. It keeps you consistent, disciplined, and emotionally stable. Over time, this unwavering belief compounds through your actions, and what once existed only in your mind begins to take form in reality. Your mind must see at first means that every achievement begins as a clear image in your imagination before it ever appears in the physical world. The brain does not sharply distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones, which means the pictures you consistently hold in your mind begin to shape your behavior, emotions, and decisions. When you mentally rehearse success, seeing yourself achieving your goals, overcoming obstacles, and living the outcome you desire, you are programming your subconscious to move in that direction. Most people fail to believe in themselves because they keep visualizing failure, replaying past mistakes, and focusing on limitations, which creates hesitation and weakens their actions. A powerful internal vision replaces that pattern by giving your mind a target to work toward, making your efforts more focused and intentional. This process is not about wishful thinking, it is about building familiarity with success so that it no longer feels foreign or out of reach. When your mind repeatedly sees you succeeding, your confidence increases because you begin to feel as if you've already experienced it in some form. This reduces fear and resistance, allowing you to act with greater certainty and persistence. Your imagination becomes a training ground where you develop the mindset and emotional resilience needed for real-world challenges. It also activates your awareness, helping you notice opportunities and solutions that align with your vision, opportunities you might have ignored before. Without a clear mental picture, your actions tend to be scattered and inconsistent because there is no defined direction guiding them. But when your mind holds a strong, detailed image of success, your behavior naturally aligns with that image, creating consistency and discipline. Over time, the repeated cycle of visualization and action strengthens your belief, making it easier to stay committed even when results are slow to appear. Persistence builds belief means that confidence is not something you wait to feel before you act, but something that grows stronger through repeated action over time. In the beginning, belief is often fragile and uncertain because it has no real foundation yet, and that is why many people quit early. They mistake the absence of confidence as a sign that they are not capable. But the truth is, belief is developed, not discovered, and persistence is the process that develops it. Each time you take action despite doubt, you send a powerful message to your mind that you are committed, and that commitment begins to replace uncertainty with trust. Even small, consistent efforts start to create a sense of progress, and that progress reinforces your confidence in your ability to move forward. When you persist, you begin to gather experiences, lessons, and minor wins that slowly reshape how you see yourself, turning hesitation into determination. Without persistence, your mind never gets enough evidence to believe in your capability, because you stop before any meaningful growth can occur. On the other hand, when you continue pushing forward, even when results are minimal or invisible, you build resilience and mental strength, which are essential for long-term success. Persistence also changes your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing it as a final outcome, you begin to view it as feedback, something that guides you rather than stops you. This shift removes fear and allows you to stay consistent, which is where real belief is formed. Over time, the repeated cycle of effort, learning, and adjustment creates a deeper level of confidence that is no longer dependent on immediate success, but rooted in your ability to keep going no matter what. This kind of belief is far more powerful because it is earned through action, making it stable and lasting even in the face of challenges. Doubt is the greatest enemy because it quietly weakens your potential long before failure ever has a chance to occur. It does not always appear loudly or dramatically. Instead, it shows up as hesitation, overthinking, fear of judgment, and the constant questioning of your own ability. The danger of doubt is that it feels logical, convincing you to play safe, to delay action, or to lower your expectations, all while making you believe you are being realistic. When doubt takes control, it interrupts your focus and divides your energy, causing you to act with less intensity and commitment. Even when you take action, it is often half-hearted, which leads to weaker results. And those weaker results then reinforce the original doubt, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. This is why many people never reach their potential, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they allow doubt to dominate their thinking. To build real belief in yourself, you must learn to challenge and manage doubt rather than accept it as truth. This requires awareness, recognizing when negative thoughts are shaping your decisions and consciously choosing to move forward anyway. Doubt thrives on inaction. The more you hesitate, the stronger it becomes. But when you act despite it, you begin to weaken its influence. Each step you take in the presence of doubt reduces its power and increases your confidence. Over time, you start to realize that doubt is not a reflection of your ability, but simply a mental habit that can be controlled. By refusing to let it dictate your actions, you create space for belief to grow, allowing your confidence to become stronger and more stable, regardless of external circumstances. Emotions fuel conviction means that belief becomes truly powerful when it is supported not just by logical thinking, but by strong, deeply felt emotions that reinforce your commitment. Logic alone can tell you what is possible, but it is emotion that drives you to act consistently, especially when things become difficult or uncertain. When you connect your goals to feelings such as excitement, desire, determination, or even urgency, your belief transforms from a weak idea into a force that influences your behavior at a much deeper level. Most people struggle with self-belief because their thoughts and emotions are not aligned. They may say they want success, but internally they feel fear, doubt, or unworthiness, which weakens their actions and creates inconsistency. When your emotions contradict your goals, your mind sends mixed signals, making it harder to stay focused and committed. Strong conviction is created when your emotional state supports your vision, when you genuinely feel that what you are pursuing matters deeply to you and is worth the effort and sacrifice. This emotional connection acts as fuel, giving you the energy to keep going when motivation fades and when challenges arise. It also strengthens your mental imagery, making your goals feel more real and achievable because you are not just thinking about them, you are experiencing them internally. When you repeatedly generate positive emotions around your vision, your brain begins to associate those feelings with your actions, making it easier to stay disciplined and consistent. This is why passion and belief often go hand in hand, because the stronger your emotional attachment to a goal, the less likely you are to give up on it. Over time, this emotional intensity builds a sense of certainty within you, a feeling that success is not just possible, but inevitable, which significantly enhances your ability to persist and perform at a higher level. Environment shapes mindset means that the people, information, and surroundings you expose yourself to on a daily basis have a direct and powerful influence on how you think, what you believe, and how you act. Your mind is constantly absorbing signals from your environment, whether you are aware of it or not. And over time, those signals form patterns that shape your self-image and expectations. If you are surrounded by negativity, doubt, or individuals who limit their own potential, it becomes much harder to believe in yourself because those attitudes subtly become normalized in your thinking. You begin to question your goals, lower your standards, and accept limitations as reality, not because they are true, but because they are repeatedly reinforced around you. On the other hand, when you place yourself in an environment that encourages growth, discipline, and ambition, your mindset begins to shift in a more empowering direction. Positive influences challenge you to think bigger, act with purpose, and maintain higher standards for yourself. This does not only apply to people, but also to what you watch, read, and listen to, as all of these inputs contribute to your mental conditioning. Your environment EI. There strengthens your belief or weakens it, depending on the quality of what you allow into your space. When you intentionally design your environment to support your goals, you reduce the internal resistance that often comes from conflicting influences. Instead of constantly fighting negative thoughts, you create a setting where positive thinking becomes more natural and consistent. Over time, this alignment between your surroundings and your ambitions reinforces your confidence, making it easier to stay focused and committed, even when challenges arise. In the end, believing in yourself before you see results is the foundation of every meaningful success. It begins with faith that exists without evidence, grows through the vision you hold in your mind, and strengthens with every persistent step you take despite doubt. It requires you to guard your thoughts, control your emotions, and intentionally build an environment that supports your growth rather than weakens it. When all these elements come together, belief is no longer fragile or temporary. It becomes a powerful force that drives your actions, shapes your identity, and ultimately creates the results you once could only imagine. The journey will test you, challenge you, and push you beyond your comfort zone. But it is in those moments that your belief becomes real and unshakable, allowing you to move forward with confidence even when the outcome is not yet visible. Good luck on your journey. May you stay strong, focused, and committed to your vision no matter what obstacles come your way. Thank you for your time and attention, and remember, everything you are striving for begins the moment you choose to believe in yourself.